All right. This is my breakdown for February the 24th, my daily breakdown. So let's start off with the ones that needed the daily shift. Let's see what happened. This still needs to shift. Now, USD ZAR still needs to shift. USD SEK still needs to shift. NZD JPY still needs to shift. GBP CAD still needs to shift. GBP AUD still needs to shift. Euro pound still needs to shift. CHF JPY still needs to shift. Okay. And gold needed a proper daily pullback. It's not pulled back to an area of interest yet. AUD CAD still needs the daily proper pullback. Now these needed the 4 hour shift to structure. So, or CZK. Yeah, this still needs to either break above or come back, break below, and then shift. So we still need the 4 hour shift to structure. So that's most likely not going to happen between That'll probably be like tomorrow, maybe Asia session tomorrow, if any, at the earliest. USD HUF, we shifted on the daily. Now we just need a proper 4 hour pullback. So we're just waiting for the 4 hour to pull back. USD MXN, the daily is in trend and the 4 hour just needs a proper 4 hour pullback. So we're just waiting for it to pull back deeper. US oil couldn't there was no entries on these ones, so but it just needs a proper 4 hour pullback now. And one thing that I'm having is like when these entries come is that they're a little too close to the take profit. So like this is only a 1.5, so that's why I didn't take it even if it was going to be a proper entry. I'll show that after. UK oil, same thing. This one's basically at the take profit now. It didn't give us an entry, so we're not going to even bother with it. But it's not going to be this week anymore because we already hit take profit. Yeah, US oil is pretty much almost there unless we have a deep pullback and then we go again. So let's see what's going on here. 4 hour, perfect. So the 4 hour, the daily it's a counter trend trade, right? So counter trend trade, the daily does not need a proper pullback. 4 hour, this was a crazy bullish rejection candle, like it does not want to go up. The 4 hour had a proper pullback, so we're just waiting for the accumulation break retest. So right now the time frame is bullish, so we're not going to worry about it until it breaks above here because we need it to shift, needs to shift the bearish. Yep, now we're here and then we're just going, depends where it happens. So for me, it's going to either happen here or if it happens here, then I'm not going to take it here. I'm going to look to take it up here. And that was a lot of reasons why a lot of these trades, why I didn't bother taking them. Like, for example, like this, it pulled all the way, well, when it was at this here, it pulled all the way back up to here, but I couldn't take it because there was no entry signal, right? Like we didn't retest any, and even if we did, we'd have to enter here, which should be at 8 a.m. on this large candle, but I don't enter once we, like I said, like once we pull up, hit this zone, and then come back in here, I'm not entering that. That's basically what happened here. So like we draw the fib line and we go from structure point here to here, you'll see that price, we would be looking for it to give us an entry all the way up here. Even when it hit here, we can never look for a point anywhere in here after it hits that top point on there. So if we go to the 50-minute, this would have had to be in our entry when it shifted, and but there was no entry signal. And now that it's come all the way down to here, we can't take it. Because like, for example, if we had taken it, let's say, for example, like we took this signal here, broke, we had an accumulation, put our stop loss above the structure, and then we took it there, then we would be at like a 1-to-1. Like taking it like that, it, if it does work out, it takes a very, very long time. And I don't have faith in this trade. I'd rather wait for like a better one. It's already, yeah, it's been a day and it's only at a 1-to-1 and it's not even like Friday or anything. But yeah, main point is can't take it off there and then take it off here. Hong Kong dollar was the same thing. No entry signal. And if there was one here, which was on Friday, and USD DKK is the only one that looks like it's going to be ready for today. All these other ones here, I should just move this because of how it's well, they needed accumulation break, but they just need it to pull back deeper in order for that to happen. This is the only one that, let's say, for example, come here and then we have the signal and then this has nice structure and everything. And CAD JPY was the one that we were in. I ended up taking it out at break even because like one thing I realized was the weekly didn't make its bottom wick yet. All right. So the weekly didn't make its bottom wicket and this doesn't have a proper, well, like the risk reward to the take profit would have been at this point here at a 1.5. So I need at least a 1.2 in order for the trade to be valid. And yeah, just the fact that it didn't make that weekly wick, like I just wasn't feeling comfortable with that. And then the fact that it was only a 1.5 compared to a 2R. So I ended up just closing this one at like break even. Like when it got back here, I just closed it out and then it ended up ripping up overnight, which is okay. I don't really care because everything else we did properly. Like we had the accumulation level and then we, on the 15 minute, the entry signal would have been invalid because we did break structure here when we entered in this engulfing. But if we go to the 30-minute, you can see that we're still in trend and we have a proper engulfing right here. So that was valid. The only thing is, like I said, the risk reward in the weekly